welcome to this episode of this podcast. I'm your host, Frank Sinclair, and as usual, for now at least, we are having Johnathon and Taylor on the show. This episode is a shit show, but hopefully you can still enjoy it. Thank you for listening.
No, I don't know.
Let me put this away. I'm sorry.
I don't know how I
material.
feel about it theologically, but
Theologically,
or just
we
like
can talk about that.
I guess we could. I
you
don't know if
want.
there's enough. I don't know if there's enough
There's no
Evidence
scriptural
to even
evidence.
make
that
an
it's okay
argument
to do.
either way. Well, either way.
I think it
Right.
Other
falls
than
into
be of
the
like sound
criteria of
mind
those
or
things
whatever,
that Paul talked
right.
about.
That's what people always say when they
All
say it.
things are
A lot of the
lawful,
people
not
that
all things
say
are
always
beneficial.
have a sound mind, like be sober-minded, like think clearly,
Right.
think
Look, you're
rationally.
It's just
When you're
it's
a lot of
impossible.
these guys are the most insane human beings. You know what I mean? Have you ever run into that,
like Paul.
the apostle.
Paul? Like
Dude
in
was
the Bible?
crazy. He was crazy.
Well, sure, he was
a
crazy. Like
intense
stepped on
dude.
snakes and stuff.
Yeah, he was
People
about
do
it.
that
He had
nowadays.
No,
people
dude,
are
freak.
crazy.
Paul was about it.
He had some good things to. He had some good
He
things
was
to say though.
about it.
He did. I also think he had some bad fucking things to say.
I
I'll
don't
be
know.
real.
No,
I'll be
I don't
real.
know if
Wait,
you can
what?
do that. Though.
I don't like his whole thing of love.
What is his thing of love?
His whole thing of love. Love is kind. Love is dead. Love is
No, because
never
that's what
self-serving,
love is.
da-da-da.
Because love isn't a feeling. That's the reality of
Yeah,
love.
I guess it depends.
I
on
also
what you're
don't. He
calling it,
wasn't. Was he
I don't buy
talking
it.
about our love? I thought he was talking about God's love for us. In
but
that
I actually
context.
I don't know the context in which he was writing it, so I guess that is a mistake on my part.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm
the
pretty sure he
issue
was talking
I've
about
taken with
how
it-
God's love is
The
for
issue
us.
I've taken with it has been more like how people use what Paul has said. I don't know the guy's heart. He was dead thousands of years before I was ever alive,
Mhm.
you know. So, but I don't know. A lot of his stuff, women shouldn't speak in church and all these sorts of different things. He's just got some different ideas that I think are his ideas.
that was
know.
a specific letter to Timothy, though.
Okay, sure. This is the thing. There's always a fucking cop-out for
It's not
everything.
a cop-out. That's the historical context.
No,
he
what
was
I'm
sending a
saying is if
specific
you're
letter.
talking about people that are fundamentalist Christian, when
Uh-huh.
I use that term, I mean an individual that truly at least acts like they believe. If
Mhm.
it's written in the Bible, it is 100% literally true.
Yeah.
And I mean literally true as in mathematically, like physically,
Mhm.
like literally true, which
Yeah.
is just not the case.
yeah,
It's just not the case. There's poetry in the Bible.
yeah,
It's just
certainly.
a ridiculous viewpoint.
Yeah,
But,
I think some of the poetry takes on a more literal meaning than a lot of people would be comfortable.
well, good poetry is
accepting.
always about something that is real, something
Yeah.
that can be
But I think
tangible
that is
somehow,
for a
but-
lot of people. I don't know about you, but that seems like a cop out in its own right for people to say, well, it's just poetry, so I don't have to take it seriously.
Why shouldn't you take poetry seriously?
I don't have to.
You just don't. You don't
well, you
look at a
don't-
poem and you
people-
don't go. You just don't go. That's history. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Well, this
It's
is
not.
this is maybe the
There is
critique
history
of
in
like
the Bible too. There's history.
yeah, just the angry prior Christian. The critique is that like, well, it's just poetry, and like, I don't go to poetry to figure out my life or whatever.
Oh, if
I
it's
think
good
you just
poetry.
you just
like, why
completely
not,
miss
dude?
the underlying reality. Yeah, it's
Charles
poetry, but what is it?
Bukowski has some good stuff.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Like what is it actually conveying? It's poetry, and it's
Mhm.
put in a way that like you can digest it because you're a stupid person.
And have you guys read?
That's the only reason that poetry exists, so
and
you
Honey.
can convey like profound thought. Maybe not the
I
only
feel like
reason.
it's almost the opposite.
No, I feel like
In poetry, I don't like poetry in general because so much of poetry is so vague. Because I feel like
it's easier
good
than arriving
poetry-
at the
no.
conclusion
You
by
think
yourself.
about like what poetry is. You're not even hearing the inflection of somebody's voice.
Mhm.
It's just how they wrote the thing that they wrote.
Yeah,
And what is actually like the content of that.
yeah,
It's an extremely difficult medium to explain something really complicated in a in a few phrases. But
Yeah.
good poetry can do that. I feel like
Yeah.
it's almost the opposite of like oh, it's explaining really complicated ideas to dumb people.
No.
It's like,
I
no,
think
you
it's
have
like
to
an
look
introduction
into it.
to like complex thought, like individual complex thought that maybe people wouldn't be able to make their way there on their own. And that's not the case for everybody, obviously. It's not like every poem ever written was like some revelatory experience for every person that read it. Like, oh, I never would have thought of this on my own. But for some people, like it's the same with anything you encounter, like artistically speaking anyway. When you see it for the first time or hear it or whatever, I just listened to a song today that I have listened to many times before, but it felt like today, for the first time, I was actually hearing the song. And that experience wouldn't have existed without the song having existed. And so I think poetry is valuable in that regard, and I feel like I'm off on a real rabbit trail, and I don't know where.
No, I think you were. I like the whole point is to listen to you talk. So.
Oh, good. I'm glad that's the point.
No, that is genuinely the point, but it's the point for all three of us.
Yeah. So what does
It
Taylor
is the
have to say?
point.
I think that we should ask the best poetryist of all time, Tupac Shakur.
Tupac?
Come on up, bud.
Is there a way to summon him?
You say Tupac, come on up, bud.
You
Yeah.
say- no, I never mind.
No. Hey,
Never
hey,
mind.
hey.
I was gonna
Hey,
steal a
don't.
South Park joke.
but your punk didn't finish on a
Dude, I heard Tupac
I
was the
told you this
realist.
last time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a word.
Don't worry, I'll fix it. Copyright infringement
That can't be. That
is a
can't,
real thing.
It can't
He
be.
doesn't sound anything like
I'm
Tupac.
seriously about to throw up right now.
Because of the sound I made?
Not genuinely, but for a second I was like,
Dude, I'm so
yeah. Do you ever
I'm
get
so
that where
congested.
it like pops out of you a little bit?
No. Not from sounds. I have kids.
Also, everything you say
From
has been in a
sounds.
song somewhere.
What? There's no way that's true.
That's
Uh,
been in a song before.
There's
no way
no.
that's true.
Well,
There's no-
sure.
Well, sure, that's been in sure. That's
These are all common phrases,
These
but
are
I
all
also
common
say
phrases.
Okay, not
extremely
everything.
specific things that you could not properly format into a piece of music. Actually, you probably could, even if,
and it would end up on the radio.
and it would end up edited where someone
No,
would put it in
no, it wouldn't
a
end up on
musical
the radio.
format.
There are not enough people that would like that.
What?
Just you saying things.
I'm saying that.
For it to end up on the radio.
For what? Okay, I'm sorry. I was too caught up in what I was saying to you guys to hear. What
I was
you
too
were
caught up
saying.
listening to
you
both of
guys
you
said
guys.
to me.
What was he saying? What was Taylor saying?
I
can't
said that the
remember.
copyright
You said
infringement.
you're listening to both of us.
It's like. I mean, pretty much like there's been a lot of lines that we've said that have been in songs, and me terribly
Listen, dude,
rapping.
I'm just a poor boy. Okay.
Me terribly rapping the wrong
My
lyrics to Who
story's
Shot
seldom
Ya
told.
yeah.
is not gonna.
No, it won't actually.
say
It's a joke. You're right, Taylor.
Say
I was
love
making a joke.
And that's
We
all
can try
she
to do that
wrote.
real quick if you want.
May the good Lord.
No, the saying I love you one. I don't like them.
All right.
No. Just
dare you.
wait.
No, just go ahead and
Taylor's
sing
gonna
to me
start it off, and I'm
beatboxing.
gonna try to find it.
All right.
Okay.
Saying I love you, it's not the words I wanna
going.
hear from you.
Just keep going.
It's not that I don't want to, not to say, but if it. What are the words?
You didn't
If
even
you
have to
only
sink
knew,
into
right?
it.
Yeah.
You didn't even sink into that
I
harmony.
had to sink into it.
No, but it
That's
was so
only
fast.
listening the
words.
No,
No, keep do
I'm
that
saying
again.
this as a
Only
compliment.
words.
Only words is all I.
No, it's
all you
have to do to make it real, right?
Make
Okay,
it
so
real.
from
Saying I love
okay,
you.
keep going.
It's not the words I wanna hear from you.
See how it changes?
It's not that I don't want to. Are you
Just keep going. I have to find it. This is what I'm saying. I have to find it.
You found it.
I have to find it.
found it?
No, it can change. I have to find it. Try one more time.
Saying I love you is not the words I wanna hear from you. It's not that I don't want to, not to say, but only when I do. Only words is all you have to do to make
No,
it
you keep
real.
changing it. God damn it! It's okay. Don't think about it.
Your first attempt, you were on it. You were just right on the
do you
nose
mean I keep changing it?
immediately.
I think you're getting too in your head.
you
Just
keep
sing the
changing
song.
key.
Just sing the
You're-
song.
It just everything changes.
You guys got I
Everything changes.
I feel like I'm just singing it the same the whole time.
All right, I'll sing it the same the whole time, and you.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference.
No, you
all right,
can.
you sing it the same the whole time. I'll try again.
Saying
And you
I
get the bass.
love
I'm not
you is not the words I wanna hear from you. It's not that I don't want to, not to say, but only when you do. More
You need to
than
know the
words.
song, dude.
Well,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
like
know.
you're
but
not,
if
you're
you
not singing
only. Okay. So
you're saying the song.
saying I love
Well, let's find.
you.
Should we find the
It's
lyrics?
not the words I want.
don't even know the
hear
song. What
from
song is this?
you. It's not that I don't want to. Something, whatever. If you only knew.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, what is this song?
Here we go.
All right.
Saying I love you is not the words I wanna hear from you. It's not that I want you
Oi,
not to say, but if you only knew
I don't know
more
how
than
easy.
words.
Okay, yeah, just keep going.
is
More than
all
start
you-
at more than words again.
More than words is all you have to do to make it real.
And you
Wouldn't have to say
Hey.
that you love me.
Wait, are we at the wrong part?
No, saying I love you is not the words.
Why do you keep going to the harmony
It
part?
was right for a second.
Listen to me. Here's
I
what
knew
happens.
that I went up
you
there.
sing the first phrase of the song correctly, and then I join in on the harmony because I can hear
understand.
it. And then when I start singing the harmony, you try to jump to the harmony,
Because
and
you
then
can hear the
eventually you just
harmony.
change
No.
the key entirely.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's exactly.
Let
what
me
happened.
explain.
Yes, that's exactly
Can
what
I
happened.
explain?
Hey.
Can I explain?
Thank
That's
you.
exactly what
I'm
happened.
just
Thank you.
singing it
That's
like
exactly what
I'm just
happened.
singing it like
Hey, can I
Andy
tell you guys
does
something?
in The Office.
That's
That's all I'm
exactly what
doing.
No, you're not though.
Because
you're changing the key.
No, because somebody comes in the second line and then I went up, and because that's
Dude,
just
the screw
it's
keeps freaking stabbing my leg.
well,
That's
I hope
the
it
same
stabs
screw
you in
that
the
stabbed
eye.
mine.
Saying I
hope it stabs me in the
love
eye.
you is not the words I wanna hear from you. It's not that I want to. You didn't remember
Do you hear
either.
it? No, it wasn't that you didn't remember. It's that you're sliding. You're sliding.
I don't know what that means.
I must sound like
Sliding around.
such a rude fellow.
Well,
right
if you
now.
I don't know what that
You
means.
sound like such a debutante.
How am I supposed to fix it if I don't know what it means?
I do kind of look autistic, man.
Got that right.
I was looking at my face just when I speak. When I
Yeah.
speak and just move my face with how I feel like naturally my face should look.
Say it. What is what
I don't
you
know.
what is what you said
I like
mean?
exaggerate, but then I'm
Yeah.
also really stiff. You know,
Yeah.
What
You're
does it
like
mean
an
to
autistic.
I'm like
Debutante.
autistic
to slight.
in my appearance. at
Retard.
least. Well, I guess in some ways I'm retarded.
You're
Yeah.
a bit
May the
That
good
sense.
Lord be with you.
We
What does it
interrupted
mean to
you.
slight?
Hey,
Slight?
hey,
Is that the
listen.
word you said?
I said slide.
Anything-
You're sliding.
What is it? Give me an
Just
example.
through the keys. You're
Give me a
sliding
song
through
real
the
quick.
keys.
Give me a song. I'll give you an example of sliding.
Well, we were just singing the song.
You're standing up
Uh,
at the top of the hill where the song is supposed to be, the key it's supposed to be in.
Saying
Yeah,
I
you're just rolling down the hill.
love you is not the words I wanna hear.
It's not that
from
bad.
you.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's so slow. It's hard to explain. If you went, okay, when he goes, more than words, when he goes like that, that's like sliding, right?
Yeah.
But you're doing it very slowly just while you're singing the melody. Like the intervals don't change. The intervals sound correct to me. but the key slides down in pitch.
Saying I love you is not the words. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did. You did it well.
I think it's
No, you didn't slide. You didn't slide.
This is what I think the
that was good.
difference
That
is.
sounded good.
I've noticed this about my own voice and
How long did
a
we
lot
do
of
that
people.
for?
That
Way
was a
too
good.
long.
That was a good
This
bit.
might be the worst
was a good
podcast
bit.
in history of
Or it might be
podcasts.
the very best.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way because I'm sure girls have been on podcasts before.
You like girls more
Hot
than
girls.
us?
Call
You
our
like
daddy.
girls
They've
more
been
than
hot
us?
girls.
All
I
right.
love hot.
What
No,
were
I
you about
don't.
to say? You were about to say
I don't.
something.
There are my using my own voice as an example. I feel like there is like a singing voice and a talking voice, obviously.
Sure.
And there is
And there's a voice when you talk
When I
into the
speak, I speak,
microphone.
And
I speak
there's
like
a-
this, love.
and a
I
note.
speak like this.
there's
But
a
then when
note.
I sing,
It's like Susan
I
Boyle.
sing completely normally.
So when
But that's
somebody
just how
sings,
it is, bruv.
when
Sometimes that's
all right,
just how
so
you
in
are as a
in
human
it-
being.
all right, fine. If this is
Listen,
what we're doing, then,
sometimes
so
that's
this
how
is
you
what I'll
talk
say.
normally.
This is what I'll
And
say.
then when
then,
you
bruv.
start singing, it's just kind of you go into
No.
a different singing
No, here's the thing I'm trying to
voice.
say, and I've been trying to say this for
That's
a minute
what I've
now.
been trying to say for a
So,
minute.
right, some people, right, they have the
Some
sort of voice
people.
where they sing, but their voice
Right.
is the note is carried on top of the voice.
Right.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
you just keep saying what you're saying.
Right. So the
So the
person,
note-
so
the-
the note is carried on top
the
of the
note-
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So, but then there are individuals such as yourself who've been singing for a
Right.
long time. Right.
Right.
Where the note finds itself within the
Mine?
person's voice rather than being
Right,
carried
no,
by it. You
right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? Right. So
Right.
there's an integration between the musicality
Right,
of the voice.
integration.
There's an
Right.
integration.
There's a bloody integration.
There really is a bloody.
Right.
I have completely lost my
Right.
accent. now.
Just put
I
your
can have an accent for
microphone in
like
your
3.
mouth.
I can have an accent for 3
Do
sentences,
you
maybe.
just not care?
No, but do you know what I mean? Where it's like somebody.
I hurt my
That's kind of
teeth.
his thing.
Oh, we're gonna be so mad watching this.
Yeah, this
I'm
scratch
not
it all.
watching it.
Scratch it
I'm
all.
not watching it.
I'm watching this. I'm
I
so
don't wanna watch
excited,
it.
dude.
I'm a bit of a narcissist,
I'm
so
having a good idea.
definitely
a
watch
good old
myself
time.
talk to my friends instead of hang out with my wife or something.
My Adeline.
Well, my wife, we're just watching TV.
So this is basically
Dude,
just
every
TV.
time I inhale, I can hear
Yeah,
my
but in
nose
real
doing
life,
that
where
little
I'm in the
poppy thing.
TV, it's so
Right.
good.
Look at I turned myself on the first podcast.
I'm
I was
in the
like,
TV.
I'm on TV.
Oh my god!
What in the world? I'm on TV.
I'm on TV because I know Frank. Because I know Frank, I'm on TV.
Oh my God, should we be his roadies?
You know what? This is actually what I was wanting. Is I wanted just dumb, retarded. We do bits. We do bits. This is it not what we do? We do bits.
Too many bits.
We do bits.
Yeah.
We should Twitch stream us fighting each
Just
other.
some
Me whipping
bits.
your guys' asses at UFC.
Well, hopefully this doesn't blow up in England because do bits means like do everything other than sex. Like
What?
when you do
Bits?
bits with a girl, you do bits.
Oh my goodness.
Bits and pieces,
You do bits.
Yeah.
You guys.
Well,
do,
but
you
like
do
sex,
bits last
we
night.
do
isn't
bits
like
and pieces,
literally
yeah.
sex or like does oral sex count?
It's not
That's
sex.
bits. That's bits.
Bits is like everything but sex. It's like-
Fellatio.
It's like
Uh-oh,
So oral
fellatio.
sex does fall into
It's
Oh,
bits. Yeah.
Hey, can I tell you something that falls into bits? Uh-oh, fellatio.
Anything to do with the hands, the mouth, bits.
And your bits as well, but not the bits with
Not
the
those
bits.
No, yeah, you can.
Very
it can be
specific criteria.
each person's individual bits, but when they come together, it's no longer doing
You
know,
bits.
sex.
That does the whole. That's the whole
You know,
thing.
I
That's the whole
remember
kit and
like
That's the
caboodle,
whole-
yeah?
I think it was
thing.
like I think it was like my grandma, right? Or my mom. My mom.
you do
I
bits
think.
with your grandma.
My mom was like that her mom or no, her grandma. So my great grandma, right? Apparently used to refer like when my mom was a kid and when my grandma was a kid. You refer to penises and vaginas, things of the like, as naughty bits. Naughty
Mm.
bits. And I remember my mom talking about that.
Slut
Like,
shaming.
well, yeah, that was basically her take, where she was like, "Isn't that so awful?" Where these children are ingrained to associate naughtiness and misbehavior with their private parts, basically.
Only because
Which she
kids
would call
love
them
being
private
naughty.
parts, which some people now would be like, "That's so oppressive." Private parts. for whatever reason. But
Those are for everybody.
yeah, exactly. Like they're
What's your problem?
not, but
To go
okay.
pee.
What's your problem?
Uh,
I haven't seen any
but
pictures.
but she used to say that, right, and she used to shake her head at that. Oh, my grandma used to call them naughty bits, you know.
Wait,
But then I think,
your mom used
well,
to
my
shake her head at
great
this?
grandma must have been having some great sex though. If that's like how they referred to you know.
Oh, it's
Oh,
naughty.
my naughty bits. You know, that's so fucking like
They
my
were
wife and
private
I,
parts until she
we
got
speak,
married,
we
and
speak
then they're
very
naughty bits.
we speak very honestly and directly and very, you know, pretty cosmopolitan. We speak very
Front page.
like how people speak nowadays to each other. Younger folks speak to each other. There's constant, like, you know, swearing, and it's very curt and
Mhm.
quick.
Kind of like you guys hate each other.
No,
Oh.
not like that. Just like if it's like, I don't know where my headphones are. Where are my fucking headphones? You know, it's just like how we speak to each other, it's how we communicate,
Yeah.
which is probably not good, but well, maybe it's fine. I don't know, but either way, I just think my wife and I, we can't have sex to the level of, we don't have that restriction around each other of, these are my naughty bits. You know, we're like naked around each other all the damn time, just walking around with parts out, you know, because we don't have any kids or anything. And we're both young enough where it's not too disgusting. Yeah. But,
dude,
so
I
we
forgot
can't
about
have
that.
sex. We can't have sex at the, like, we have great sex. I guess I don't want to necessarily publicize all that kind of stuff, but we do have that.
Hey,
but
they have bad sex.
at least I feel like it's great. But but I do have my priorities in order. I mean, it is about me, you know, finishing as fast as I possibly can.
Of course, you got music to record.
Every time I
Of course. I got things to do.
I gotta hit the studio, babe.
come back
know.
from going to the bathroom, I always walk into you guys talking about sex.
Yeah, I don't. It's my fault this time, at least. But I was saying, but
You can
we
blame
can't.
Jonathan
We
for the
can't
other
have.
times.
Yeah, I guess that was my point. We can't have sex to the heightened level because with
Where
them it's like
those bits become
naughty bits.
naughty.
You're an adult,
Yeah.
and maybe, you know, I mean, that's what they're saying to the kids. They're probably saying to each other, you know, my juicy cunt or something. I don't know. They're saying something, but
They just go way over the top.
They might.
To,
I mean, who
to
knows?
make up for saying
what
naughty.
you're saying
But
is you and
either way-
Sarah haven't
either way-
notified your bits.
right, we're so like just familiar with each other and just comfortable with each other that there's no way we could, unless we were just completely being delusional.
That's
and,
'cause
like,
you haven't
having
let her
sex
do anything
pretending to be
super
other
weird to
people or
you yet.
something. Yeah, we don't have that degree of separation.
Once she
I
does
think if
something
we
really
had
weird
kids,
to you, you'll start calling them naughty
we've
bits.
done some weird things, I guess. But once we've
That's the weirdest thing.
no,
not
I don't
here.
want to talk about that
Not
kind
here.
of stuff. I don't oust. I don't kiss and tell. You know, part of me wishes I was like a little bit scummier of a guy and I'd had sex with a bunch of people just so I could talk about my sexual experience, like in
And not
this
bring
kind
your
of context.
not have to bring your wife
yeah,
into it.
exactly. Like people will know that she's who I'm talking about. So it's like, ugh, I don't want to share too much. You know,
That this one girl that I had
Gentleman.
sex with.
right? You have to lie.
Dude, there was
this
this
one
girl
time
last
when I
week.
cheated, you know, or whatever.
This girl last week,
right?
so hot, so fire.
So hot. She was married.
I'm not gonna tell you.
And so am I, but
Yeah,
Um,
well to each other, but
It was
Yeah.
naughty.
that seems like
Well,
an
that's what I'm
irrelevant
saying
Listen,
is
it
detail.
if
doesn't
they
make it
are
any
that-
less naughty.
if they're married and they still have that, like, which I guess you would, you know, kids around the house, you're not walking around naked, whatever, you know.
That
but-
makes it more exciting for it to be a naughty
Yes,
thing.
that's
That's
what
why
I'm
it's
saying.
so tantalizing
That's
as a
what
kid.
I'm saying
It's
is that I
naughty.
totally see why people have better sex when they're in their 40s
Yeah.
even. Or late 30s because
It's naughty
like
for us to have
once
sex
your
now.
kids
We're
are getting
supposed
older,
to have
yeah,
ED
you
and
have
menopause.
to get it in when you can. It's not like you can just do it anytime.
menopause
you-
at 40.
Yeah, you just
My
have
wife and
miniature
I, as long
parents
as neither
around.
of us are working, we can have sex literally anytime we want.
Yeah.
Literally anytime.
So we never do.
Doesn't matter. Well, not. Sometimes you'll go like, you know,
It's
like,
not bad, so why?
No, it's
even
like
do
You
it?
ever
working at
gone, like-
McDonald's. It's
you ever
like,
gone, like,
oh, you work
yeah,
at McDonald's, you
exactly.
must get
You
so
ever
much
have-
free food. It's like
I remember like
after the
f-
first.
the first time it was like we went a week without having sex with each other or something like that, and just being like, oh yeah, we haven't had sex.
Yeah.
which
Oh.
was it's very easy to rectify in that situation.
Yeah.
But it's funny where it's like once
it's very
it.
easy to rectify.
I was telling my younger brother about this because he has girl problems and whatever, some shit, I don't know. But I was telling him about this where it's like, yeah, once you're married and you can have sex whenever you want, it totally doesn't. It like it. This whole like way of seeing, like this lens of like, oh, it's this other magic world you enter in when you have sex.
Dude, it's like stepping into
It's
Narnia.
like, no, it's like it's the same world as when you do the dishes. You know what I mean? Like it's the exact
Sometimes
same world.
it's the
You just
exact
have
same
different
world.
chemical things going on in your brain. Yeah,
I
and
don't want to
sometimes you
have
don't.
sex
Sometimes
just as
you
much
don't.
as I don't want to do the dishes.
Well, I don't know, not me yet, anyway. But
Sometimes that's
No.
how
Still
you get out of
newlywed.
doing the
No.
dishes.
Yeah.
I'm still a newlywed. That's
Right.
my thing. Is I go in
You're
4
not a
years.
newlywed. You're almost at a
Still
year.
under a year. It's almost a year, but still
under a year is new. In fact, I think like 3 years.
Like I
is
can't. Like my
newlywed.
marriage is great.
I
We're both
think
slobs
under
'cause we're
7
both
years
young
is
people.
newlywed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is that I can't be like, oh yeah, I have a great marriage.
I
and
don't
give
think you
advice
s-
on marriage
Yeah.
because I'm.
I don't
so
think you
early
stop
on
being a
into it.
newlywed until you get your shit straight.
Mm.
It's like you're basically a newlywed. You're so stupid. You're a newlywed. In the same way that we see like grown men that just act stupid and you're like, he's a child. It's like you're so shit at being a man, you're basically a kid. You're so shit at
Right.
being married, you're a newlywed.
In today's
Yeah,
standard,
and I am a
newlywed is only like 2 months because normal marriages
Divorce
last
is
Six
somewhere-
years,
a year. Yeah.
a year. Damn.
The maturity, the full maturity of a relationship
Yeah.
is like dog years.
Yeah.
We're 40 years old in 1950s marriage years.
Yeah, I'm going to be married for like 60 years. That's a long time. So newlywed probably is, 10 years,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Up until I'd say 13
I don't know though,
years
because
old,
it's not
where
new.
you're not like a
it-
kid and you're a
it-
teenager.
Even at the end of like this first year, it's not like you wake up every single morning and go, "Oh my God, thank God you're still here." You know what I mean?
What would I do without you?
Unless you have a dream that they die the night before.
Oh my God, dude. Sometimes I think about my
Here's-
spouse dying, dude. It's fucking horrible.
Sometimes I have fantasies or
No. I think about it like I dread about it because it could happen.
Yeah,
I go, what the fuck would I do?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
often have dreams
I
that
just probably act
Maya
crazy
leaves
for a
me.
couple of years. I could act really insane.
I have dreams
You'd
that Maya
probably
leaves
be
me all the
actually-
time.
That Maya
Not
loses
all
you.
the time. That Maya leaves me.
Oh,
And so oftentimes I will wake up
and
be
those
like,
dreams
oh,
are really bad,
thank
right?
goodness, dude.
What happens in
Yeah,
those dreams?
they are bad
Well,
dreams.
sure, if you have a dream like that,
I wake
you know,
up and
if
I'm
you
like,
think
oh.
about it, and that's sort of a weird thing because you could think about like dying every single night, and maybe you'd wake up and go, "What a glorious morning!"
Yeah, maybe that's the way to go.
Maybe
Dude,
that
I
might be the
freaking-
way to go.
I have a
obsess over the
dream
negative all the
where I
time.
die like probably every night.
Except you can't.
No, like
We've
I
talked
dr-
about
and then I
this.
wake-
It's impossible, except for you.
It's like I'm dead. I just know that I'm dead in the dream. It goes completely black. It's not like I feel the pain of dying and go to
Yeah,
heaven.
that's weird. But then, so the dream just ends.
Yeah.
I guess technically that then it's still impossible because you can't continue. You can't.
You're such a contrarian. Mike.
No,
I
you
just
can't,
want to
like-
say a thing.
No, Like I'm not the one who made this up. So I'm.
Yeah, you can't actually die in a dream because you're not actually dying. You can't literally die in a dream because it's a dream.
No, I'm saying your dream can't. You can't die in a dream because the dream can't continue because
you
you're
can't
the one
still
dreaming
die in a
it.
dream.
I'm not the one who made this up. Don't get
Just
mad
because
at
your
me.
life doesn't continue after you die doesn't mean you don't die.
I'm saying, you've said I've never even got as far as you to where you actually die. I've never ever died in a dream. Like I've been in very dangerous situations, and somehow I always get out. And I know that. Well, I guess I don't know because you said you've died in the dreams. It's like a thing that it's a thing that you can't die in your own dreams, or else the dream can't continue because it's your
Okay.
subconscious.
Well, yeah. Then I guess the dream ends.
I've never
But I
even
still
got. I've
died
never
in
even
a
got
dream.
to.
I
I've
feel
never
like
even got to that point.
That can change if you do some drugs.
Maybe
That
I've
can
never
change.
done.
That
some
can
That's a
drugs,
change.
whole
so-
nother level.
No, I'm saying that can change. The idea that you couldn't die in your dream, I can totally see your brain after like a couple of experiences like that in your dream being like, okay, I died in the dream and now I'm just going to watch. I can see that because
maybe
it can break your idea of what is physical and what is,
I guess.
like, what is you
Yeah.
and what is the world. You know what I mean?
It's just like
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Some renowned
Because
psychologist
it is all in your head anyway.
came up with
Freud,
this. So
Probably Freud.
Psychology, I really enjoy psychology, but I feel like there's so much just complete crap.
Yeah.
In
like you can't die
psychology.
in a dream.
Well, yeah, it's an excellent
Well, there's also
example
just,
of
like,
shit
myths.
psychology.
Hey, M&Ms will melt in your hand. You know what I mean?
They
Just
will.
no matter
They
what.
will.
I
will.
hate
You hold them
M&Ms.
long enough, they'll melt in your hand.
I hate the wrapper. I hate the candy.
It is ugly packaging.
I mainly mean like M&M, like the rapist.
Oh, the white
Eminem will
boy.
map. Why does he map?
What is? I don't know what
Melt.
his name is. Oh,
Have you guys had more drinks? I think it's just me.
I've heard some drinks tonight.
Do you want to drink more? It's 11.
I'll take one more.
I'm probably. It's 11:15. Okay.
What time is our first
It
job?
is 11:15.
Normal time.
When should
8:30?
we wrap up
It's
here?
pretty good.
We've been going an hour 46. Pretty
Dude, I
good
got
amount of
nothing
time.
going on tomorrow except for a lot of work.
Dude, I am
It's not
down to
time.
go for a long time.
But,
What are we
Um,
gonna
I
do when
just want to
Carlos
make sure
calls us?
everything's okay with the host.
true.
Oh, maybe we should talk about that.
I would go for another hour.
I don't even care, dude.
Because here's what I'll wake up tomorrow and be tired,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll think of the day like, oh, we'll get to go to the cider house, and we'll get to come back here, and it'll be fun, and I'll like push through, like thinking of the fun thing at the end, and be like, I'm not even tired, like I'll be fine to just do the work and then reap the reward at the end. I one time, this is a
Cider.
perfect example. I had never hung out with Slade one-on-one before the very first time. The story that I'm going to tell. I was working with Vince at the time, and I just dreaded it. Like it was hard work. I had to wake up at like 5:30, and so Slade asked to hang out. Just him and I. It was Halloween, and he was like, "You want to just hang out?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds fun."
Yeah.
Is this
And-
when you were living at Grace House?
No.
Oh.
No, it was even before that. It was right before I did the peak. I was working for Vince.
Weird.
So, at my senior year summer,
Okay.
going into freshman year of college, if I
Right.
was
Right.
smart.
Sorry.
Right.
No, sorry.
And so I set a
I should've saved it
reminder.
for later.
I set a reminder on my phone to go off at like 11 a.m.
Uh-huh.
that says, "You're hanging out with Slade tonight."
Right.
And so I got the reminder, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, man! Like, I can push through the rest of this crappy day."
Nice.
Because I'm like, sweet, like I just think about that, and I'm like, yeah, today's actually gonna be a good day.
Right.
And so I just I pushed through. I don't know.
Slade.
Oh,
That was
so
the very
you're
first
saying
time.
that you can go another hour because of that.
I'm saying like I'll wake up tomorrow.
That memory has
and be
empowered
like,
him to go for
tomorrow
another
night,
hour.
it's gonna be.
I'll wake
so
up
fun.
tomorrow, and I'll
I
be
didn't
like, I'm
think I could
tired,
do it,
but it's
then
gonna be
I-
like once I finish up working, and also I work with Jonathan, so like I'll be tired and be like, like I work with my best friend. It's not
Right,
that
but
hard.
celebrating his birthday.
And yeah,
We'll celebrate
And
my
you're
birthday
turning.
tomorrow.
quarter
30.
century.
Feels like 30.
Wow, that's crazy.
25.
30.
I'm turning
25?
40 years old.
Oh,
I'm turning.
I thought you were upset
30.
because you were turning 26.
No, I'm turning 25 because this
Yeah,
is
save
where
the
like
being
I
upset
can.
for next year.
No,
you
because
old
now
dude.
I can round up because we've all done like elementary math, right? Once you hit 5, you can then round up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
why
then
wouldn't
you're
you
at
want to
20.
round up to 30?
Yeah, 5
So-
years is a long time. Remember
I'm
when you were
actually not-
20?
I actually don't care about 30. 25 seems more pivotal
Oh.
than
Really?
30 to me because
it's like the end of like it's my 20s. I'm being
no,
goofy.
it's actually because
You start to hit
this-
the late 20s.
I remember my parents. I remember my dad when he was 25.
Uh-huh.
That is so crazy.
That's when I first remember my dad
Wow.
is when he was 25 years old. And now it feels like now I for some reason like his fatherhood or who he was didn't apply to like how I should conduct myself as a man until now. It's like shit. I know I have a direct example of what it's like to be 25 and to just do what it takes.
That is crazy that you remember your dad at 25. I mean, I wasn't born when my dad's 25. The earliest birthday I kind of remember, my dad was turning 40.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, my parents, I mean, they were young, but it's intimidating just because
Is really
Wait, your
young.
dad didn't have you till he was, what, 50?
Something like that. I don't know.
I think he was like
I'd have to do
75.
math.
He was like
I
75.
don't think he made it to 75.
Did he not?
No. he
Made to
didn't.
69 though, that's for sure.
I think he actually. Oh, I don't actually know. But I should probably know.
You should probably know that.
I think he made it to 68 or 69.
I thought he was 71.
71?
I thought he was. I
Why do
actually
you
thought
think
he was
that?
71. I don't know because
Maybe
I remember.
he was 71.
I
but
know how many
never-
firefighters died
when he
in
was just, like,
9/11 for
laying
no reason.
around
I'm
'cause,
good
you know.
with remembering
Well, it's
arbitrary
probably
numbers.
we could probably figure it out.
Even when he was just, like,
343
slowly dying,
firefighters.
How
I
old was
still
he
never
when
thought
him
of
and your
him
mom
as,
met?
like, in his 70s.
Do you know how old he was when him and your mom met?
Well, let me think about.
60,000.
I don't know. Why are we trying to figure this out? If it's a ballpark thing,
I don't
you
care,
know,
but-
people get the point. If he's 71 or 69, I mean, goddamn, he's
Oh,
still
if you make your
pretty
70s,
old.
it's a...
If he passed away when I was 11, right, and
Mm-hmm.
he died when he's 69, then what is that? 58.
How old are
When he
you?
had me?
You're 23, so that would have been
23.
13 years or 12
98,
years ago.
98.
So he would have been, if you made to 70, round number, 58.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
It's pretty good.
That's
And
all
so
I-
you probably wouldn't remember any
Well, you
birthdays
think
other
about,
than
like-
like 65. been
No, I
6.
have memories. I think when I was like 4 and 5.
Yeah,
Pretty
my
young.
earliest.
I think
memories
when
were
you
like
have,
4,
I think when you have a really good childhood, you remember more things from it.
Yeah.
Because when you have a terrible childhood, you know, you want to disassociate yourself
That's-
as much
well,
as you
that's-
possibly can.
That's one of the things with turning 25 is like it's kind of like where my memory really starts
Mhm.
is when my parents were 25 and I was 4.5, 5 years old, which is exactly where my oldest is right now. Esme is four and I mean she's over 4.5 now. She turns 5 in November.
Yeah.
And I'm turning 25. So it's like I'm now just
Oh,
like
I see.
right there
It's like
where my
buckle
memory
up, yeah.
begins, where my memory of myself begins and my memory of my parents begins.
Right.
It's like this feels like the beginning.
Now your parents are basically
I can see
dead.
that. Where like even earlier tonight when Elias is out here or whatever, and I still said fuck or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Right,
'cause
but you're
he
like,
said he's like 5
"Oh."
months.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, it's like this is serious now.
If I say, yeah, you'll remember me. saying
Exactly.
fuck.
I don't dude, I
Yeah.
don't want to suck. I don't want to suck. I don't want my
Don't
kids
suck. 'Cause
to
the
When I
remember
don't
me
see-
you
sucking.
can't do that.
When we
man.
don't see
No.
Frank for
That's
10
good,
years,
though.
he's going to be like, when I was like 4, who was that guy that kept cussing at our house?
Father, do you remember when I was 5 months old? This man.
Yeah. He's pretty advanced.
No, but
Yeah.
it's like it really actually feels like pressure's on. Like 21, 21 came and went, did not matter at all. 18 didn't matter
yeah.
at all. And I also feel like I've been kind of waiting for this.
Mm.
Like I've had this sense of like expectancy. Like I remember my dad being 25 years old, and I remember being this old while he was that old.
Hmm.
So this is where she's gonna start remembering like growing up with me. It's just crazy. It's like it's really like life feels
Well,
kind of different.
Yeah.
And just with just kind of how tumultuous the world is as well. It's like I gotta like this is the year. If any year has been the year to just not suck and to like just man up, you
Tighten
know.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just freaking be a man about it. Like you got problems. I've got problems. Everybody's got problems. My dad had problems. He was not a bitch about his problems, and I feel like I've been a bitch about adversity for a long time. Because I just want life to be nice.
Well, that should instill some confidence in you, I think.
What is that?
If you look back at your life and you think, I was being a bitch
Yeah.
the whole time, then, that means that you've toughened up significantly.
Maybe. Or maybe I just...
At least the inside of you.
Yeah.
The way you look at the world, and eventually that, hopefully at least, that will eventually affect behaviors in your life.
Yeah,
so
no.
people change because they
I
first
think
think,
so.
oh, maybe that's wrong, or maybe that's weird, or I shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the way that I process like difficult situations, or even just anything, just everything that I process. I feel like it's been processed through like the filter of a boy.
I can relate to that actually because, like the other day, I'm at Winco, right? And I'm buying something. I don't remember. I go to Winco a lot. So I'm buying something, and it's the self-checkout, and because I always buy like 7 things. So self-checkout's the fastest.
Yeah.
People always say, oh, you're doing work. It's like, well, no,
You can
it
do that
saves
for free?
me so much
I've
time.
never heard anybody say that.
You haven't heard?
No.
Older people will say that about using self-checkout, where they're like, you're doing what people have to get paid in order for them to be willing to do it. But it's like, well, I'm only doing it for 7 things, and it takes me 45 seconds as opposed to waiting in line for 15
I don't have
minutes.
to talk to anybody.
That hasn't... Sometimes that factors in, but very rarely for me. Anyway, whatever. I'm using the self-checkout. And they have the attendant at the self-checkout because inevitably at self-checkout, either user error or the stupid machine, something's going wrong,
And I think that's on
At
purpose
at
to
Winco?
give another guy a job.
They're like the guys that fill your gas for you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Anyway, so I'm at self-checkout. There's this guy that works at the Winco, and he works at self-checkout, and he's like 6'3".
Is it Amy's brother?
No. If I had to guess, he's like 6'3". He's old. He's probably in his late 50s, early 60s. Shaved head, white beard, a little bit heavy set, but you can just tell he's had a full life somehow. He just walks around. He's in command of the
He looks
situation.
pretty full.
Like when he clocks in to manage
Is he a kind of buff
the
dude?
self-checkout, no, not at all.
Okay.
But he really runs it. He's polite, but he's direct, and he grabs things and moves things, whether or not people expect him to or ask him to, because he's running it. Anyway, something goes wrong. I'm weighing some produce out. Something goes wrong with the stupid scale, and the thing is, bam, 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 attendant will come and help you shortly, whatever. And you can't do anything till he comes.
You look
So
like
I'm
an
standing
idiot.
there.
Everyone's looking at you. Like,
I
this
know.
guy has
I hate
never
it, and it
used
wasn't my
self-checkout
fault.
before.
Which that's what I think made me the angriest. Is it was the machine's fault. I've done it hundreds of times at this point. It did everything correctly. Something with the machine went wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for him to come over so he can put the tag to it and walk away. So I'm just waiting there, and he's helping somebody else. He walks up and he does it. Walks over to his stand or whatever, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Keep doing the produce, and it happens twice. Now I'm standing at like one of the checkouts where he's at his stand. He's standing like, I don't know, 7 feet away, not far away. It happens again, bam, 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 and I go like this. I'm listening to a podcast or music or something, but I thought it was to myself, but evidently it was louder than that. And I just go, oh, come on. Like that. Oh, come on. Just like almost like begging it to work. Just come on, And I'm not joking. Not 2 seconds went by. I go, oh, come on. And he just goes like this. You're okay.
No.
He just goes,
dude.
you're okay.
That's
And then he
so-
scans it
that's
and
nice.
walks away. And I felt so stupid so fast. I felt so like bitchy and whiny and ashamed of myself. And I left the store going, I really like that guy. Like, thank goodness. He helped me be a better version of myself.
Yeah.
Because he 100% called me out when I was freaking out for no reason.
You're
Dude.
okay.
No,
That's
it was
awesome.
that. It was
That's
calm.
awesome.
It was soothing, but it was
Yeah.
assertive. You're okay.
Wasn't like
It was like a dad. It was like he was my dad.
I gave him a hug right
Okay.
after. I don't know what.
That's
took on
great,
me.
actually.
It was so awesome.
No,
I was
that's
like,
really
that's
good.
That's a
like
man right there.
That's a man because
Even working at Winco at fucking whatever in his early 60s, he's still being like,
Yeah.
I'm a man.
He could
Yeah.
have
okay?
retired from
dude,
a
men freaking
legit
know that
career and
shit
just got
things
bored.
happen, like difficult things happen so often.
But they
that
also
to be
know
surprised
you
and
need to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to
you're
bulk up.
you're wasting your time
Mhm.
by giving any energy to something shitty happening. To giving any negative emotional response to something crap happening, because there's always crap. That's the thing, is like
There is always
once
crap.
once you realize that there is just always crap, and you're maybe a little bit selective in the stuff that you, I don't know, overreact to,
Yeah.
because that's all it is.
It's too
like,
big of a deal to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Something went wrong.
But the reality is,
For
like,
5
that's
seconds,
your response to
something
that
went
was
wrong.
probably just the summation of 20 other things going wrong, and that
yeah,
was the
it
thing.
was. It
that
was
was the
did
thing
it
that
happen
rocked your
more
boat.
than one time.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm already in a bad mood.
Exactly,
whatever.
and you're
But
already in a bad mood because something else probably went wrong.
yeah, things go wrong all the time.
Exactly, things go wrong all the time.
Here's the funny thing, though, is it was like things also go right all the time.
Yeah.
You just don't clock it in your brain.
Yeah.
Because it
I mean,
doesn't get in your way.
for the
It
most
works-
part-
it works out.
For the most part, things go right because you don't
Right,
just
right.
fucking die every second of the day.
Right.
You're not just in excruciating pain, you know?
Right.
Like the universe really has oriented itself in such a way that life is pretty good for you, where like the sun, when it touches your skin, it doesn't just melt you.
Well, you get upset
know?
that like a bus is picking somebody up and you're driving behind it. But then it's also like you should be like, oh, thank God they have a bus.
Yeah.
The shit could get nasty real fast if they couldn't move around very well. You know, like thank God.
Where would they stay?
Also, like thank God for people that literally start out with literally nothing, like
Yeah.
zero, and that they have a bus.
yeah.
You have a way to have a job and get around.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I respect that. If you ride the bus to work, I respect that. It's
Oh.
one thing if you've been riding
You're
the bus
serious about
to
that
work for like 25
because
years.
you're scared of driving.
No, I'm just saying, like, yeah, you care about having a job. You're trying to better your life, you know, and make some income,
Yeah.
and that's the option you have. I
Yeah.
respect that to the degree where if you're wearing the Domino's T-shirt and you're waiting at the bus stop, and I'm at a stoplight, you know, waiting, and I'm vaping at the stoplight because I am.
That's
And
how
you
I'd be.
say to me, because I have my windows rolled down because my AC's busted,
Can I hit that?
can I hit that? I will say, do you have herpes? And if you say no, I will say, yeah.
I will believe
And
you.
you can walk over to my car, you can hit my vape.
Although you
Can
are-
I hit
This
that?
is
The
actually-
confidence.
Station.
Now, this has actually happened
know.
to me in real life, and I
You
have
told
done
us this. The confidence.
I think I've
in
told
that
you
guy.
the punchline to this, too.
Goodness.
But the twist is, of course, I have herpes.
Right.
Horrible mouth herpes. So I make sure they don't have herpes. So the audacity, they get their comeuppance.
I don't want to just waste this.
Yeah,
I wanna
exactly.
just
I
waste
want to
these
use my
herpes.
herpes for the good of the world.
I'm glad you don't
That'll teach
because
you,
now you do.
Stupid.
No,
I'm glad
but
I got to give you something.
other than the funny part, the
Should
rest
just
is
leave
a
him
true
with
story.
the vape and peel out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You forgot your vape. It's fine.
Or he would
It's
be
okay,
like,
man.
"That's so nice."
No, it's fine. Keep
Yeah,
it.
he might think it was nice.
It works better if you put the entire thing in your mouth.
Hey, guess what? I put some fentanyl in it.
You did. You guys want to play some
I've never
UFC?
used fentanyl. You have UFC? Oh yeah, it's your house.
I got offered cocaine
Do you want?
recently.
Do you want to stop doing the podcast? You got offered cocaine?
Yeah,
Ooh.
got offered cocaine recently.
I just need to urinate.
We don't have to stop the podcast. I thought UFC sounded fun.
I
But if you
received-
guys would rather not play
I
UFC,
think UFC's fun.
One
I
of the
don't know.
first genuine offers of cocaine.
do you think UFC's fun?
You should tell Taylor about that because he's trying to stop the podcast.
No, nobody's trying to stop it. I thought
I didn't do
if
cocaine.
people would.
It's not
we
that
have been going for
interesting.
2 hours. I get it. It's late.
Yeah, F talking. Let's.
Well, we can
Friggin-
talk and play UFC. Let's bring
I'd
this
play
inside.
UFC. How should we wrap up though? Because this is still a show.
Hello.
Hello.
That would have been an excellent end.
No, how
actually,
should we
just
wrap up?
You're not worth any more of my time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't think that's it.
We'll just sing that whole song.
Yeah,
acapella.
and then at the end the whole thing.
No, how should we end?
Here's
Seriously.
what you are.
Oh no, I feel like I've been holding this like a freaking
Penis.
pumpkin spice latte the entire time I've been out here. Just
I hold it like that. I hold it kind of gay.
Let's see.
I like it.
Nothing better than a little pumpkin spice in a book that I can't understand in the
Dude,
morning.
how privileged is your life that you're like, I love a rainy day?
A rainy day.
How about this?
For most of human history, they go, oh no, it's raining.
Well, at least the crops will be fed.
Yeah, well, okay, other than crops, I guess.
We can't hunt, but at least the crops will be fed. The enemy can get closer to our village because we
I
can't
just think
hear
about
them.
that. I love when it's snowing outside. It's so cold. And
Oh, I hate the
cocoa.
snow and I
And then
hate
it's like,
those.
dude, do you not realize how, like,
Do you not realize?
how let them eat cake you are
oh
by
my,
being that way?
yeah. Let
you
them
know?
eat cake. Circus, you're freaking caked and circused up, you little
I was
bitch.
like, circa any time before 1,000 years ago, no snow, please, no snow, please, God, no snow.
I can't lose
we will
another child.
literally
Yeah.
freeze and die.
But I just love the guy. You know, people were drinking cocoa and whiskey to live, to survive. Not
They're like
'cause it
breaking
wasn't
into their wine
sweet,
cellar.
It was just it was caffeine and whiskey. You know,
What should we
sugar.
do? We
And
have
warmth.
we have nothing to feed the children.
Give them whiskey.
Whiskey
And
and,
now-
cocoa.
Let them eat
I
cake.
love curling up. in my good book. Maybe I'll watch some Lucifer on Netflix.
Oh.
I love
Yeah.
reading some feminist poetry.
Oh,
She
Milk
was, therefore
and honey.
she was.
hey guys,
She
It's-
was,
I don't
therefore
know
she
if-
is, and
I don't
was.
know
And
if
is
you're
strong.
too white and male to understand this
Oh,
or not, but
and cis? Are you a
it's
cis
actually
white male?
healthy to be obese. So, so it's good for you because it's good for who you are as you and as
And
a
who are you to
person
tell me?
and your
Let's
expression
normalize.
to the universe.
Let's
So-
normalize being 100 pounds overweight and still eating terribly.
Let's
You know,
normalize being gigantic
should-
and still driving a regular sized car that doesn't have a ramp.
I think that we should have like a cosmological appreciation for heart disease.
Are you a Pisces? Because
The world is different now.
It's you suck.
Okay, we're running
know
out
that.
of steam.
Oh, I got a good ending.
All right, here's the end.
Can we
you
normalize stretch
cannot-
marks on our
You
foreheads?
cannot edit this
from
to
being
put it
so
at
angry.
the beginning.
Okay.
If you have made it this far, and you comment your Cash App name down low, I will send you $5.
$5.
If you've made it this far, watch the entire video, and you watch the very ending, and you
Taylor,
comment
do you know how many
down
people
low.
watch this?
Oh my God, you're a genius.
You're gonna lose $5 million.
Can I say something? Holy shit! Of course we can blow up, guys. Let's just Mr. Beast ourselves into horrifying debt. But the returns.
Dude, there's gonna be one comment, and it's gonna be me.
Oh, that's a good idea. I tell you what, it'll probably be my younger brother Trace.
I'll send him $5.
Did Trace watch the first one?
I don't know if Trace watched the first one. I like to watch what Trace puts out, so I like to think that he likes to watch what I
Yeah.
put out.
Are his videos usually an hour and a half?
No, but I figure he has the time. I guess now he's back in school, so maybe he doesn't.
Yeah.
But damn it. We
That's
should've
it.
done
I
this in the summer. He
I
would have
should
had the
send
time.
this
Sticking to
Thane,
it.
Actually, I should send your channel. To
Okay.
You're gonna put this just
No,
randomly
so we
at the
should
front.
say thank you for listening. We're done. We're gonna play some UFC. Take a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna play some
That's
UFC.
exactly right.
Yeah.
That's all we're gonna do, though. We're not gonna take a shot, of course. That'd be crazy.
What do you? What do we
almost
look like? A
midnight.
couple of drug lords or something?
No, we're not drug lords.
Thank you guys for listening. This has been
Isn't that
the.
illegal?
Surfs.
This has been this podcast.
This podcast
This
With
has been
Frank
this
Sinclair.
podcast with Frank Sinclair. He's Frank Sinclair
and Taylor.
and Taylor and Jonathan.
He has his wife's name is Maya.
Right. I
They're
am
both
five
He has a
months
child.
old.
5 months old.
He lives in. This
And
house.
Jonathan. His wife's name is
Jonathan.
Jonathan. He has a 4.5-year-old. And a
Thank you.
daughter
I was
that had a
wondering. I
Remembering
was
things
wondering
now.
when the Wikipedia introductions are coming.
Oh, if I made it into Wikipedia, I would have somebody suck my dick.
You probably
immediately.
write yourself into Wikipedia.
Oh,
Hey, honey,
God. Is
look.
there anything sadder as somebody trying to make it is like writing yourself into Wikipedia.
Frank Sinclair was
I
born.
don't know. That might be a good marketing.
Yeah,
ploy.
no, that's a great idea. People use that to find new artists.
It's true.
They wanna.
New artists.
They wanna
Yeah,
listen
make a
The
Wikipedia page
Wikipedia artist.
called New Artists and
All right.
put yourself.
Okay,
That's
so
all
we're
right.
done. Are we wrapping up?
Wrapping up.
Always remember to wrap it up by saying goodbye and thank you for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You thought
Goodbye,
I,
and
you
thank
thought
you
I
for
was
listening.
saying something. Okay.
Thank you for listening.
And goodbye.
Goodbye as well. Cash App. Taylor,
Do it.
do it. UFC.
UFC.
Shots.
Shot.
I'm just joking.
Shot.
We don't drink.
Everybody. Shot,
Glad we
shot,
took
shot.
all of our shots off camera this time.
Okay, we're done.
Dude, my ears hurt.
Jonathan doesn't know that this is gonna make the video.
Yeah, I don't think he knows we're still recording.
Still recording.
His ears hurt.
Hey, he's
Bitch.
no.
Look at this guy with his hurting
You
ears.
shouldn't say the F word. This isn't gonna be.
No, can we normalize the F word?
Okay, we're done.
Let's
Okay, we're done.
normalize the F
Oh,
word.
it didn't
once
stop.
again.
Well, I promised you a shit show, and I'm fairly certain that we delivered.